Hey, Coach, so excited you found us on YouTube. Couple things. First of all, go subscribe. We put a new video out every day. Not everyone will be the one you want, but it will give you a notification. Hit that little bell. Second thing is go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Videos, resources, mentoring, office hours, one-on-one calls, you name it. We've got it. Let us help give you some banners and put them in your gym. Let me help you do that. Go over and check it out, teachhoops.com. Let's head off to the video.
All right. Welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops. And the reason I'm laughing is I read all of you have already read this because you're either on YouTube or you found this somewhere on iTunes or Spotify. And the title of today is Help, I Don't Know What I'm Doing. And I told Coach, that's me every day. Like it's like, help, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm
In the
teaching
classroom or in the
life.
or
It's
both?
just it
Life.
feels like, oh my gosh, it feels like it should get easier, but it's like, oh my gosh, it's like,
Dude, it just got easier. You are an empty nester now, bud. There are kids at home
I know.
anymore, just the two of you.
Yep, and the dogs.
And the dogs, yeah.
And the
It's like
dogs.
you're newlyweds again.
It's awesome, but we've been traveling, and this has nothing to do with coaching youth hoops, but I hate airports. They've gotten worse post COVID too. I really do believe that. Like,
I used to travel all the time in my career when I first started. And I would say about 10 years ago, I really stopped, maybe about that time frame, maybe right before COVID. It was actually right before COVID. I hate it. I don't want to fly again.
There has to be a middle, because it's basically a bus in the sky right now. So, because they're just cramming people in, there has to be something in between the private jet and the system we're in now. I don't know what it is, but there has to be something. I would pay twice. I would pay twice as much to not deal with all that crap. Like,
it's so nice. I've done that one time. You just pull up your car and hop.
That's what I'm saying. But private is like not normal, and
no.
And this is just they're just.
I don't know too many coaches that fly in our coaches. We coach high school coaches and grade school coaches that are flying. I'm sure there are a few out there.
Hey, if any of you coaching youth hoops people want us to fly out private,
we're on. Come out and do a clinic for you.
We will do it. Yes. We'll tape it. We'll come for free. Private. You send the jet to Madison. I'm on it. Done. We're there. All right. So help. I don't know what I'm doing. This is your topic.
I thought about this topic because I've seen it pop up in our Facebook group. Coaches who are new, coaches who they might have, they're maybe on the lower level, like a rec level. And now they're all of a sudden in high school. They have they're going to coach. The one today that really spurred this idea was he was comfortable like in the third and the fourth grade level, and then all of a sudden they didn't have a sixth grade coach, and he's like, I don't know what to do, right? Help, right? And it's like, oh my gosh, this is happening.
And that's a big jump. That's a big jump.
That's a big jump. That's right. Yeah. And I know in our rec leagues, we're short coaches, but really short coaches this year. So, that's why we started coaching youth hoops, to really help coaches like that get everything they need in one spot.
And, right. I mean, people wonder why we do that. Why do we do this podcast? Why do we start coaching youth hoops? It's like we're just trying to help you and solve a problem. Like, it's problems both you and I had when we were coaching. Right. We're both pretty competent, but we both had the same issues of what to do, when to do it, how to do it with that specific age group. It's a Post-it. We're trying to do the Post-it for basketball. I don't know. The Post-it was the paper clip. Whatever. Paper clip's relatively new invention. We're just trying to solve a problem. And I think there's a problem here that youth coaches don't necessarily know what to do.
Yeah, and it comes out. I mean, I'm hearing it more and more. Even the players are saying, yeah, we don't do, XYZ rec league anymore because we're not getting the coaching we need. Right. So we're here as a resource to help. And there's plenty. I think one of the biggest issues is there's a lot of information on the internet, YouTube, Instagram, you name your social network, right? Everybody's putting out drills and everything. It's such an overload. So what we've done is taken our years of experience. If you listen to the last podcast, we're talking about 30 years of experience, boiled it down into, okay, we found this is what works. These drills, this set, how do you, organizing a practice plan from soup to nuts, right? Picking the right drills, go back to last week's podcast, picking the right drills for, age appropriate drills and talent appropriate drills. You don't have to think through, like, what do I do? We give you the exact blueprint. Now, this is not meant to be necessarily just an ads for what we do.
No. That's it's not. But I'm just saying, I'm going to tell the coaches that are listening that saw this and that said, I want to listen. You know more. First of all, you know more than they do.
That's right.
I'm sorry to break it to you. I don't care what level of basketball you are. You probably know more than the 11-year-old that's sitting in front of you. That's the first thing. So always remember that. Yeah. When I started teaching, an older teacher told me, remember, Steve, you know more than they do. For the most part, you know more. So remember that. It's like, help. I don't know what I'm doing. Yes. If you don't know what you're doing, first of all, go look for help. Ask your youth organization. But the bigger thing is as long as the kids are active and they're having fun, that's the biggest thing. Obviously, an 8th grader is different than a 2nd grader, but it's not an ad, but this is one of the reasons we started coaching youth hoops was to help. Like, yes, there's lots of resources. 97% of them you don't need for the youth level. You just don't need them. Like, you don't need to know how to run the Princeton offense for the youth level. Most high school teams don't need to know how to run that. It's just too hard, but that's where you got to narrow down. You have to figure out specifically, here's what I got to do. Here's how I can do it. And it's like, it's not, 10 hours a week. It's probably 2.5 hours a week or 3 hours a week, depending on how your youth organization goes. So it's breaking it into chunks. You eat an elephant.
And let's talk about those chunks. So let's walk through. Again, if you're listening to this, you might need help, right? So let's walk through how we help them. So I think number one, go to basketballcoachesclinic.com, and what you'll find there is just like what do you want to call it? Just like a get starting, right? It's us training you on the bigger chunks of information that you need to run a team, to do tryouts.
It's your Spark Note, Cliff Note, depending on how old you are, version of coaching youth hoops. Yeah. It's your Spark. I mean, I say Cliff Notes because I'm old. That's what I read when I was in college. But the kids read Spark Notes now. Whatever. It's the same thing. Here is a synopsis of what you need. Is it in depth? Is it like reading Moby Dick? No, but it's going to give you the gist of it, and it's going to help you if you're stuck.
That's right. Yeah. And I think the second resource to go to, obviously, is coachingyouthhoops.com. And you'll see, and this is a really good resource we mentioned last week as well. Go to the bottom of scroll down to the bottom of the website. And I created a PDF to give you I think one of the problems is, what do I teach? I have 3rd graders, I have 5th graders. What do I teach? I broke it all down to what you should be teaching, kind of skill overview of skill development, also based on their a player's cognitive growth and where they are in their motor skill development, right? A 3rd grader is different than a 6th grader, right? So that will help you with picking your drills. But also when you're on Coaching Youth Hoops, just subscribe. We have everything you need in a box, ready to go. We've taken the internet of basketball drills and everything and said, with our 30 years of experience, 30, I guess stop saying 30 because it's actually more.
I've got 30, coach.
You got
Just
30.
me.
Yeah, so it's like, wait, 45 years worth of experience of bruises and getting beat up. And we said, okay, this is what works right here. And it's everything. And
don't reinvent the wheel is what I'm that's what I've told. I haven't talked to coach about this, but I had like my youth coaches come in and I talked to them for a couple hours and they just had questions and the difference between, that's what I was talking to you about, the difference between a third grade and a sixth grade is pressing, not pressing, things that I don't necessarily, it's not to my day-to-day thing, but it's like, you're just looking for I didn't teach them everything. Here's what you need to be successful. If you need to go to the next level, then we can help you do that. But you don't need to reinvent the wheel. The wheel works pretty well at this point. So like there might be something better, and we might have hovercrafts and things like that, but and there might be a point where we have to reinvent the wheel, but I don't see that in basketball anytime soon, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I think we're open enough. If there's something that you need, just ask us too, right? Just reach out to us. We're happy to help. When you don't need, go to coaching. You go to Facebook, search for our Facebook group. You obviously found the podcast, so you're on the podcast. So if you'd rather consume it via YouTube, a lot of times, right, this one is just audio, but sometimes we're demonstrating some things, or YouTube's a better environment for that. So all of those platforms, it's Coaching Youth Hoops. So just search for that and it'll come right up. You'll see Steve's pretty face.
And again, you know what you're doing. You first of all, if you found us, that's the first step. You found either our Facebook group, or you found the podcast, or you found us on YouTube. You're looking for solutions to how to.
Right.
So that's half the battle. That's what I tell my students. It's like, it's the ones that sit there and don't do anything. It's like, you're never going to find a solution unless you ask, help. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, you've already taken the first step. So now the next step is, what resources can I do so I'm prepared? So I have a practice plan. So I know what drills to do. So I know how to prepare. Anything else, Coach?
No. Again, I think you took the first step, which is raising your hand and asking for that help. There's plenty. We're here to help our coaches.
Mr. Collins, I bombed my stats test. What can I do? So that's yes. I've had that already in the last couple weeks. Anyway, but they're asking for help, so I'm not even worried about those students because they'll figure it out. Those are the ones I'm not worried about. All right, till next week, Coach.
Till next week.
Hey, Coach. So glad you enjoyed that video. Hope you did, at least. Let me know how I can help. Join teachhoops.com. I've been through it all. I've won championships, got a lot of rings. Let me know how I can help you become a better basketball coach, too.